Hey guys, we're back again for another episode of On the Table. And last week played host to the mighty Games Day 2011. Yes, the Birmingham NEC was the venue for the biggest gaming convention in the entire GW calendar, and the car park played host to this life-size drop pod. Of course, we had our man Ben on the inside sending us pictures and tweets from the event, basically keeping everybody up to date. Which leads me seamlessly to the ways that you can keep up to date with the latest news over on Beasts of War. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or subscribe to us on YouTube. And of course, you get every new video, review, and release over on www.beastsofwar.com. Heavy Gear Blitz is a game of 15-foot fighting battlesuits set in the far future. But did you know that some of them could transform? Here's the brand new HUSSAR model that does just that. And check out these weapon options. No, we're not mixing our mecha with our transformers. This is pure sci-fi action. And here's the animation to prove it. Okay, we have to come clean. The actual model doesn't really transform, but you can get it in two different configurations. You can get the tank or the walker. But that's not all. DreamPod 9 have teamed up with Reaper Paints to bring you a brand new Heavy Gear paint set, which comes in one of Reaper's snazzy lunchbox style carrying cases. So if you think you've got what it takes to paint a majestic mecha model, then DreamPod 9 are also hosting their annual Golden Gear painting competition. There are a wealth of prizes to be won, including these new paint sets, and here are a few pictures of past entries to get those juices flowing. Do you feel the need to wield a mighty weapon? Well, Privateer Press have secured the services of Arty Fakes props to make a range of full-sized Warmachine weaponry. So if you've always wanted to have Coleman Striker's weapon in your hand, well, now you can. Arty Fakes do an array of weapon designs, all in latex foam. So they're safe for cosplay, LARP, and of course your own personal pleasures, whatever they may be. Speaking of Privateer Press, they've also released images of their Celestial Fulcrum, the soon-to-be-released battle engine for the Circle Orberus faction, and their long-awaited plastic Man-O-War Demolition Core and the Bombardiers. And if you haven't seen the new two-player starter set yet for Warmachine, you can check out the video series that's currently playing over on beastsofwar.com. We've had a look at the contents of the box, we've filmed some build guides, and we even have some models in with our worthy painting partners to bring you a full-colour demo game. Raging Heroes is a company known for its massive flowing sculpts. However, their latest release is a bit more modest. This is the sci-fi version of Ashara, their evil elven sorceress, brought into the future to serve as an altogether darker form of elven hero. If you're looking for proxies for your favourite tabletop wargame, then Raging Heroes make a splendid range of monsters and heroes that suit both science fiction and fantasy, and always have something on display with that bit of wow factor. That can mean only one thing. It's time for some Kung Fu, superhero style. Although, I should probably be calling them Supremes, as that's the name that they get in the Pulp City superhero skirmish game. Check out the latest hero to punish crime on those dirty streets. The Crimson Oni. His high-kicking, tiger-style Kung Fu action is sure to bring some much-needed hi-ya to your Supreme team. And while you're at it, check out the concept art of the two new Supremes due out later this year. We hear that Pulp City plan to update their starter set to include 2 new models for each faction. Either way, we can't wait to see some more stunning superhero action. Wah! This guy is probably the most infamous infiltrator in the game. The man of 1,000 faces, he can appear on your side of the board and walk disguised and unnoticed among your troops, all the while plotting the destruction of your finest warriors. But enough of all that. This is a fantastic model, and one that the Haqqislam players have been expecting, no, craving for a long time. Just pray he doesn't end up among your forces. He might be working for the other side. The miniatures from Malifaux managed to make it into on the table as often as Infinity, but then the paint jobs are top quality and the miniatures have great character, so it's hard to resist bringing them to you. This latest batch is a mixture of the macabre and the mechanical, although there's seldom much separating the two when it comes to Malifaux. Studio 38 are an enterprising French company who have taken it upon themselves to continue the support for the Alkemy game that unfortunately went the way of so many promising European game systems. So feast your eyes on these offerings and try not to dribble. These guys are still cranking out some fabulous miniatures that have been criminally overlooked here in the UK and over in the US. So the Pulp Miniatures are at it again, producing some fantastic anime-based models for their forthcoming Relic Knights game. Relic Knights promise to be a card-driven game that will feature the stunning models that Soda Pop have become known for across the tabletop gaming world. But one question still remains. Where is Super Dungeon Explorer? This month saw the release of the Pulp action board game Adventurers, Pyramid of Horus. This is another notch in the belt of Fantasy Flight games. The box is jam-packed with sculpted plastic miniatures, but you can also get them pre-painted. However, look what happens when a true master gets a hold of them. It's the game that so many have been waiting for, and it's finally here. Blood Bowl Team Manager. This is a standalone card game from Fantasy Flight Games that you take on the managerial role of a team of Blood Bowl players from the Warhammer Fantasy world, made famous by Games Workshop. For those who don't know, Blood Bowl is an ultra-violent take on American football, or football if you're an American. Anyway, they're played by teams made up of the quintessential fantasy races from Warhammer. So not only do you have humans, but dwarves, orcs, skaven, elves, and even mighty ogres and trolls to use to squash your opponent. If you'd like to know more about the game, you can check out the review on our website, or just use this QR code and check it out right now. Ahar, me hearties! Yes, it's yet another on the table segment that's been boarded by pirates. This time those Polish privateers at MaxMini are going to be setting sail with a brand new sprue of Goblin pirate heads. You're going to need some bodies to stick these on, but I'm pretty sure any heroic skill Goblin torso will work just fine. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some cool Goblin bodies out soon. In fact, we may even get to see a MaxMini teaser sometime soon. Mercs Minis make some awesome looking sci-fi miniatures for their near future skirmish game, which funnily enough is also called Mercs. The latest faction to hit the website is the Keizai Waza, the Japanese megacon with a penchant for assassination. Although it's perhaps their dubious use of nuclear-powered armoured suits that makes them one of the most fearsome factions to take the field so far. So there we go, that wraps up another episode of On the Table. We've had some highs and even greater highs, but now we have to return to our dreary humdrum lives. But don't worry, in 2 weeks' time there will be another high-octane shot of tabletop action, direct to your living room, just for you. Remember, you can connect with us on all the popular social networks, and by doing so, you enter yourself in with a chance of winning at Titans when we reach 40,000 either subscribers, followers, or likes. Other than that, we'll also be giving away prizes at the 10,000 mark, 20,000 mark, and 30,000 mark. So, hop onto those networks and get connecting with us. You can also keep up to date with all the happenings in the tabletop world over on the beastsofwar.com website. But until next time, you have been watching On the Table. Bods don't hit back.